Hello, good evening. Here it's quite late actually. I've never done a video this late before. Basically, I've just got back in from seeing the One Hand Clapping film, so I thought I'd come on here and do a very quick video just to briefly sort of review it, what I thought of it. I won't talk about every song that's in it. If you want to know what I think about the One Hand Clapping music, you can go and watch my video. I'll link it down below if I remember. The album review that I did a couple of months ago. But the film, as far as I'm aware, this film that's been shown, it's just the classic One Hand Clapping film. It was on the archive edition back in 2010, so it's not like it's a thing that's never been released before. But I must confess, I have never seen One Hand Clapping before, the film in full. I've seen like bits of it, clips and stuff, but never the full thing. And tonight I got to see it for the first time in cinema, and it was brilliant. Honestly, this is Paul McCartney at his absolute peak. If you're a Paul McCartney fan, if you're a Wings fan, if you're a music fan in general really, I highly recommend go and see it in the cinema if you can. Yeah, unfortunately where I live they weren't showing it, so I had to go on a night bus of all things, night bus full of drunk people, to Hexham to see it. But a very nice venue actually. It was like a proper old-fashioned Art Deco theatre. But the film, yeah, very good. Now I have seen people online saying about the picture quality. It is what it is. David Litchfield, I think, was the guy who directed it, who filmed it. For whatever reason, I don't blame him. I think it'll have been Paul that decided. They used some weird film back in the 70s rather than proper film, which basically means it can't properly be restored like most normal film can be. Which is a shame because it does go, you know, if this had been able to be restored like, say, the Get Back film was a few years ago, it would have been incredible, this. But nevertheless, the audio, I should say, has been also enhanced, and it's very good, especially in the theatre, with like the surround sound. So like Paul, more or less when he's singing, be like from straight in front of you, but then if there was studio chatter, it would sort of be from all around you. It sounded very good. So yeah, like I say, it was very good, and I was quite surprised as well. The theatre was actually quite packed. I was expecting there not to be many people in there, but yeah, it was pretty full, which did surprise me. Although I have to admit, I don't understand people who sit there. It was literally everybody in the theatre except me and the people I was with. I was with my parents actually, because they're both Wings fans, and I thought, well, I'll take them along. So everyone except us lot, we just sort of sat there in the theatre like I've seen more life in a funeral. They had their arms folded and they weren't moving, and it was like, come on man, Sea Moon, Band on the Run, all this stuff, you have a little dance, man. Yeah, I had a drink beforehand, mind, but never mind. But yeah, in terms of the songs, it was virtually, if you've got the One Hand Clapping album, it's the first half of that album. You've got the vinyl, it's the first side. So it's the title track, One Hand Clapping, all the way to Babyface. It's at Babyface where it cuts off. So everything after that ain't in the film. I don't know if there's footage of it or not, but yeah, it's shame it's not there. But yeah, what there is, it's good. And the stuff that is there, some of it isn't full performances, but some of it is. And there's an extra song in the One Hand Clapping film, Suicide. I don't know why Suicide isn't on the album when it was played. It's played in between Bluebird and Let's Love. I think that's where it's played. Yeah, I mean, it's a song I've never cared for, to be honest, but I mean, I'd rather have it since there was obviously a recording of it. But yeah, so you can see Suicide in the film. But otherwise, yeah, the film, the picture quality, yeah, it's not great. It's been enhanced as much as it can be, but it's not bad. It could be a lot worse. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. You can see what it is. But yeah, this is Paul McCartney at his absolute peak, like I say. I'm off script here, by the way. I haven't got a script. I'm winging this. At the intro of the film as well, Paul McCartney, as in 2024, Paul McCartney is talking. And I have to say, this is the first time where I've really properly looked at Paul and thought, he's an old man now. So all of a sudden, it just seems to have crept up on him where he genuinely now looks like an old man. And I mean, it was quite sad to see. Well, it's not sad to see, but you know, it's quite strange to see him as an old man and then back to him being a young man, 32-year-old man in the film. But yeah, it was good to have an intro from Paul. He was explaining it. And then obviously there's the backyard stuff as well, which was quite interesting because I was just expecting it to be the 6 tracks on the Backyard EP, but it's not. It's not. Blackbird and Country Dreamer aren't included. Instead, we've got Blackpool, 20 Flight Rock, Peggy Sue, I'm Gonna Love You. And then it's got a Chuck Berry cover at the end of Sweet Little 16, which I don't know why that's not on the album either, because he does a very good cover of it. And it's probably the longest of the Backyard sessions, actually, in terms of the songs. he plays. It seems to be about 2.5, 3 minutes long, this performance. It's very good. Wow, why is it not on the album? Why is it not on the EP? But yeah, I think it's still getting shown in cinemas the next few days, so if you get the chance, definitely go and see it. I'd highly recommend it. Yeah, it's very good. Hopefully it will come out on film at some point, as in this restored version will be released. I know it's on the Archive collection and on YouTube and stuff, but that's not the enhanced version. Use that loosely with the picture quality, but yeah, basically it's very good. Go and see it. So yeah, that's all I've got to say. One hand clapping, which Paul even does that himself. He even tries to work out how to do one hand clapping. So yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. Oh, Denny Laine, whenever he speaks in the film, he's absolutely pissed as a fart, really. Yeah, basically that's about it. So thank you very much for watching. Go and see the film if you have the chance. It's worth seeing. If you want to know what I think about the album and the songs in more depth, there's a video I've done down below, album review. And yeah, thank you very much for watching and take care. Bye bye.